media. Our children sometimes, especially the ones in diaspora, they don't know their responsibility, because the way we train them, these our children are confused. We train them with African culture, and then they are living with this American culture. So most of our kids are confused. Somebody have to teach them what responsibility is. But I think responsibility means the same thing all over the world. Responsibility means the same thing in England, in US, in America. Your responsibility as a young adult, and you are still living with your parents. What are your responsibility? That's what we are going to talk about today. So let me see if Pastor Jones is ready, and I'll bring him on. That way we don't waste much time here. So, but pending the time, please let's enjoy this music. Pastor Jones is going to join us and is going to tell us good stuff about the responsibilities of a male. Male have responsibilities. Black males, they have responsibilities, and someone have to tell them. Like I say, male are looked up upon. Look at what is going on in our environment. If these male kids have people who teach them and direct them to the right path, probably most of the mistakes that the young adults or the young kids are doing, probably they won't be doing it. But because they don't have nobody to teach them. And if you look at the world where we are, especially in America, we have a lot of single parents. We have a lot of single mothers raising male kids, raising children. Some of these single mothers, most of the single mothers, sometimes they are so involved and so busy. They are very, very busy in their job. And their concern most of the time is how to put food on the table. And sometimes, because these kids are male, their parents don't find it, the mother sometimes don't find it comfortable or knowing how to teach a male child. And a male child sometimes don't really respect or don't really believe or take the training that their single mother teach them, because they look at them as a female figure. But when it's coming from the mouth of a male figure and a pastor, I think it will make sense. And many kids, 21 years and above, can learn. What they learn today or what they are being taught will be useful for them, not only in their parents' house, but even when they move out from the parents' house. Even when they get married, it will be useful for them. So that is why such topic is very important for both children and for both parents. I expect to see a lot of parents here today. These are the things that you can learn. Here, you can learn and you can help your children. You can help your child that is not here. So let's see if Pastor Jones is ready. Enjoy the music while I get Pastor Jones. Le, 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 le. Yes, so dance and life. Dance. Please like, love, and share. Le, 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 le. Yes, Africana match. I'm not seeing you like it. Please like. Love, and share. While we wait for Pastor Jones to join us this lovely afternoon. Yeah. Africana match. Africana match. Africana match. Kinacho. Basi Africana match. Yes, so I'm trying to get Pastor Jones. Africana match. Africana match. Please like this show. Please love, and share. Africana match. www. Africana match. As you are joining, please like, love, and share. Yes, sir. Like. Hey. Africana match. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. As you are joining, please like this show. Please love and share. Please love, like, and share. We are waiting for Pastor Jones. But while we are waiting, I have a profile that I'm going to read. I have a profile of a young lady living in Dubai. I have a profile of a young lady living in Dubai. She's never been married. She's a Muslim. She's open to both Muslim and Christian men. She's open to both Muslim and Christian men. She has never been married. She's single. She has no children. She's interested to have children in future. So if you are interested in this lady, she is born in let me get her stuff. She lives in Dubai. She's a Nigerian. She's never been married. She's a professional parent helper, and she have a side also. She sells females goods. She sells female clothing and all fashion stuff. She loves to listen to music. She loves to read, and she loves to cook. She loves to read. She loves to cook. She is 1989. She is born in 1989. She has never been married. She is single. She lives in Dubai. She's a Nigerian. She's a Muslim, and she's open to Christian, and she's open to Muslim. She's open to anybody all over the world. It doesn't matter your location. She is open to that. Whether you are living in Nigeria, whether you are living outside of Nigeria, she is interested. So if you are interested in this female, you are serious-minded, you want to have children in future, yes, and then you are kind, you know, she is interested in you. Her deal breaker is no cheating. She doesn't like cheating. She doesn't like people who are mean. She doesn't like lying. She likes somebody who is straightforward. So if you are interested in this lady, if you are single, or if you know somebody who is interested and like this profile or this meet this criteria, give us a call and we can give you more information about this 1989 lady that lives in Dubai, single, never been married. Yes. So that is that. We are talking today about the responsibility of our young male kids living with us. That is what we are talking about. And we have a guest speaker, even though I can't find my guest speaker right now. But we can keep talking pending the time our guest speaker comes. Our guest speaker is Pastor Jones. He was supposed to join us, but I haven't been able to locate him yet. So so when we talk about male children, 21 years, I know here in diaspora, in America here, most of our children, they finish early. And when I say early, they finish maybe like 18 years from high school, and some of them that finishes late, that is 18. And the ones that finish early, they finish like 16 and 17. So they go to college from that place. And some of them decide not to go to college. But what are these responsibilities of these kids when they are still living with you? Because as a parent, you have already trained these children. You have tried your best. You have sent them to school. You support them, and they've had the basic education. And when I say basic education, they've had the high school. And these kids are still living with you because for one reason or the other. Most of the reason is because they don't have a good job. Some of them have a maniac job and they are still going to school. Some of them do not even go to work at all. Some are not working at all. They just focus to go to school. And when they continue their studies in the university, they spend like 4 years being in the university. And that time that they are spending 4 years, they are living with you. You are still caring for them. They might still have some pocket money from the small job that they are doing. Enough for them to pay for their phone bill. Enough for them to buy sneakers and to buy their socks. Enough for them to pay little things, you know. But it's not big enough for them to pay bills because the jobs they are doing is maniac. And I am just saying in regards to children that are still in college, you know. Some kids do not go to college. Once they finish high school, they start working, but they are still living with you. Maybe they don't have enough good job or enough pay that is going to be enough to pay for the bills. But do these children that is still living with you, because without you, they cannot survive on that paycheck. They cannot survive with that maniac job that they have. It's not the maniac job that they have, the money they are making is not enough for them to even rent a house. That is why they are living with you. That is why they are living with you. I think, Pastor, okay. Give me a minute. Request. So these kids are still living with you. So because they are still living with you, yes, you know that their money is not enough for you to pay the bills. But what is their responsibility while they are still living with you? What do they have to do as a child that is still living with their parents? Whether you are a single parent, it doesn't matter. What does that child that is over 21, whether still in college or that they have finished college, what is their responsibilities? So, you know, we are trying to get Pastor Jones. To me, everybody have responsibility. Everybody have responsibility. I don't know where Pastor Jones is, but if you're living with your parents and you are living for free, I call it living for free. Give me a... Yes, Pastor Jones. No, you know, request to join on the Facebook, and then I will accept you. We are already live. Yeah. Did you go to the Classy Africana match or Classy Africana? No, Classy Africana match. Right. Okay. So these children are living with you. What is their responsibility? They can't help you financially, okay, because they are doing a maniac job, but they can do little things. The responsibility of a child living with you, you don't have to tell this child. They can do some choices, you know. They can cut grass. If you are the one that have grass and you pay people to come and cut your grass, and you have a 21 years old living with you for free, this 21 years old is going to college and have a maniac job, maybe working in McDonald's, making little money. You are not interested in that little money, you see. But at least, what is that child's contribution in the family? So if you are the type that pay for your grass, you don't have to pay for a grass anymore. A responsible male child living with you knows that, yes, I'm living with daddy and mommy, or I'm living with daddy alone, or I'm living with mom. Why will my mom be paying money or my dad be paying money for somebody to come and cut grass? And if you are the type who don't pay money to cut grass, you cut this grass yourself. Why will you do that? When you have a 21 years old living with you, if this 21 years old is living outside, he's going to pay more than what he's paying. You are not asking him to bring money. But a responsible child will know that, yes, I'm living in this house. My mom don't have to cut the grass. My dad don't have to cut grass or pay somebody to cut grass. I have to use my wisdom. I have to use my common sense. Let me help in the house and cut the grass. That is a responsible child. That is one responsibility. A male child that is 21 years old, still living with their parents, that is one responsibility that they can do. They can cut grass. And if you are living in a place where they don't cut grass or where you don't have grass, okay, you are living in a place where they have snow. You have a 21 years old living with you. You know, when it's time for snow, it is the responsibility of this male child to clean up the snow. You don't have to pay for somebody to clean your snow. You don't have to come out there as a mom or as a dad to clean the snow. A responsible child, you tell them. Some of these our kids don't know. You can tell this kid, it's your responsibility now. Now that you are 21 years, you are old enough. Mom have served you all her life. Dad have served you all her life. Some of us that are single parents, you've served these children all your life. It is time for them to serve you. It is time for them to serve you. And even if you are not single, as a parent, as a two-family home, dad is there, mom is there. You've been serving these kids forever. Pastor Jones is trying to join us, but he doesn't know how to. But I don't know how to ask him to join him either. So, but anyway, so it is the responsibility of this child, you know, for this child to clean up the snow. That is one thing. A 21 years old living with you, whether he's living in your basement, whether you have a room that he's living in, doesn't matter. You are living with your parents. You are living with one parent, single mom or single dad, or with that. You know, you shouldn't be doing the snow anymore or paying anybody to clean the snow. When you have a 21 years old, teach them, tell them, it's your choice now. This is your choice. You have to be doing it. Anytime we need to cut grass, anytime we need to clean the snow, you have to clean it. I have a woman that I was working with one time. This lady told me her son is living outside. The son lives in the college. But every time that there is snow, the son will leave the college and come home to clean up the snow for the mom. He's the only child, but very responsible boy. Very, very responsible. And I'll be like, why? Why don't you just pay for somebody to clean and let him be in college? He said no. He said his son want to do it. Whenever there is snow in the neighborhood, this son will come. So you see, these are things that our children can do. We Africans, I'm sorry to put it there like that, but we Africans, we tend to spoil our children. Thank you so much as you are joining, lovely people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you are joining, please like and love while we wait for Pastor Jones. He's trying to join us, but I don't know what's going on. Yes, thank you. Yes, somebody said, parents should let the child know what is right from wrong. Yes, we have to let our children know what is right and what is wrong. We African parents, we spoil our kids a lot. The main thing we focus is telling them school, school, school. Yes, school is good. But school with no common sense, with no responsibility, it's going to be useless. A child that have a master's degree and this child don't have no common sense, knowing their right from their wrong. And when I say common sense, doesn't know their responsibility because we didn't teach them. And because, or maybe they didn't see anybody as a father role. Pastor Jones is trying to join. I don't know. I've tried. I'm unable to try. I will try next time. Oh, wow. I don't know how to add him. I don't know how to add Pastor Jones, but sorry, let's request. I don't know. Sorry for all this, everybody. I don't know why I'm not finding him either. I can't find him either, but anyway. Okay. Okay, did. So any child that you don't teach, if we don't teach our children, they will not know. And like I say, single parents especially, their main focus is school and how to put food on the table. That is the main focus of a single parent, be it a single mom or a single dad. Their focus is, oh yes, how my children are going to eat, how we are going to pay bills. So you will see some single parents, all they do is work. They work overtime. They do 2 jobs. They do 3 jobs just to get enough money to cater for these children, to put food on the table, to pay for their bills, and to give them a better education. It is fine. But like I was saying, an education with no responsibility, an education with no common sense, the education is like useless. If you have a child that has a master's degree, and this child does not have responsibility, don't know what to do, it's useless. For a female, let's say you have a 21-year-old child, and this child is a female. This female child has master's degree, but he cannot fry egg. This female child cannot even clean the house. You see? So everything work hand in hand together. If a child at this 20, you have all this education, all this master degree, and you are very, very smart, you are very pretty, but you cannot fry egg, you cannot clean, you don't know the choice, you don't know how to care for your dad, you don't know how to care for your mom, to help, until they tell you. It's still going to affect this child when this child go into marriage or when this child start living. That is why we have to teach our children responsibility. And when I say teach them, some of these child, you have to literally pull them and tell them, this is what you do. You are living in this house. You have to do this. I'm not telling you pay gas bill. I'm not telling you pay for my car notes. I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is, do stuff in the house. By you doing stuff in the house, that is your own part that you are paying bill. That is your own bill. At least your parents are paying the car notes. They are paying for gas. You do something. Cut the grass. Help with the snow. And as a female, even these days, I don't say female again, male also, they should be able to cook basic food. And we Nigerians, stew, my kids call it red soup. Stew is the common food we eat. Every child, male or female, should know how to do stew. They should be able to cook stew. So we should teach them this. They are 21 years. You have already put them in the good part. You have feed them. You have given them a good foundation by sending them to school, by telling them take school as good thing, as being responsible. Take school importance, be educative. But teach them house choices too. Teach them how to clean. Teach them how to cook. Teach them how to care for their mom. A child with a master's degree, doctorate degree, whatever degree, a child that is very religious, but this child don't know how to care for their parents. That is not good. Some of these things, our kids, we have to tell them, especially the children in diaspora. The children in diaspora, African children in diaspora, sometimes I look at them, they are very rotten. They are rotten. I call them rotten. Because some of these kids, you have to literally tell them, compared to the kids in Africa. The kids in Africa, sometimes the neighbors can teach them. Grandma can teach them. Grandpa can teach them. But here, everybody mind their business. I don't want to say anything. But they are ratting. I think. Okay. Oh, Lord. Hold up. Mr. Akonji want to join. Okay. All right. I think I'm adding it. Our kids are ratting. You know, kids in diaspora are ratting. They are messed up. Parents don't teach them. It's all about dollars. We're looking for dollars. We love our children so much that we are so much like forget. Some people, when their kids are growing, they say they have homework. I've seen a 21 years old child. I've seen a 22 years old child that they cannot even cook. I used to do a cooking class. I used to do like a side hustle. I go to community college and I teach cooking. I teach basic African food. And when I start that class, I will see different people in that class. And I always ask them, why did you register for this class? And what do we teach in that place? We don't teach anything big. We just teach basic African food. But I always ask, we have a lot of non-Africans that register. So when I ask them, why did you, I don't know why it's failing. Somebody is requesting to join. Mr. Akonji is requesting to join. Oh, yeah. So, you know, when I ask them, okay, why did you register for this cooking class? Most of them will say, I'm married to a Nigerian. Some will say, I'm married to African. And that is why. But when I see the African children or black people there, and when I ask them, why did you register? I met one lady one time. She said, I registered because I love jollof rice. And I'm like, did you live with somebody, Nigerian? She said, yes. I said, did you eat the jollof rice when you home? She said, yes. I said, who made the jollof rice? She said, my mom. I said, your mom made the jollof rice. So how come you don't know how to do jollof rice? And she was like 25, 26 then. She said, well, I'm always doing my homework. Mom cook in the kitchen and I don't know when mom finished cooking. And I just shake my head. And she's not the only one. It's a lot. Because that is what they do. When they come back from school, they jump into doing homework. And after doing homework, they start playing on their stuff. Mr. Akonji, maybe you have to call in. I don't know, I accepted you, but it's telling me fail. Please like this show, and please, with one love, Life Might Show. Love and share. I couldn't get Pastor Jones in, but Mr. Akonji is requesting to join. So, Mr. Akonji, if you cannot join, maybe you have to call in into the show. If you have anything to contribute to this topic that we are saying, please feel free to type it in. Feel free to call and contribute. Feel free. So, Ekwetu, thank you so much. The unique Esheungoni, thank you. Kids these days don't really care. Yes, they don't care, but how? Why don't they care? They don't care because parents don't make them care. And it's the fault of every mom and every dad. It's our fault. You know, Mr. Akonji, show. You have to call to this number 323-318-0851. Mr. Akonji, call into this other number. Show. All right. So it's yes, these kids don't care. You know, how will I explain it? A child is there to be molded. You mold a child the way you want them to be. Even though you can mold them one way, but they can deviate from the way you mold them later. But the basic molding, the basic training, the basic foundation you put in them will never go away. They will come back to it. A child that you have trained to care about stuff like this, those children will care. Even though they are acting like they don't care, when they need it, they have already know it. A child that you train, that when you wake up in the morning, mommy's not going to vacuum. It's your job to wake up in the morning and vacuum. Some kids, when they see you are weak as a mom or as a dad, they might not vacuum. but you might keep your feet down, that you will vacuum. Mommy is not going to vacuum. Mommy is not going to vacuum. Mr. Akonji, thank you so much. Good afternoon. You have something to contribute to the show. I don't know why. It look like my phone don't like to join you. I don't know what's going on. But anyway.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear?
You are loud and clear. Please, if you can hear Mr. Akonji, please acknowledge. All my lovely sisters and brothers, thank you so much. All the good parents, they have all joined today. But like this show, love and share. Mr. Akonji have something to contribute in regards to the responsibilities of our children that is 21 years and above, and they are still living with us. And I put this like my own. I always say it. Most of our African kids living in diaspora are rotten. They are rotten. Excuse me, and please don't be mad when I'm saying all our children, including mine. I am not being disrespectful to anybody, including mine. They are rotten, you know. And why are they rotten? They are rotten because of us. It's what we cause. We make them to be rotten. So if you still have children that is 21 years and below, you can still do something with it. Or even above, when they know, if you don't teach them, they can't know. So, but anyway, I'm going to let Mr. Akonji contribute to this topic and we can say some more stuff. Mr. Akonji, speak up and be loud.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I will be very brief about what I'm going to say regarding the our children who are, who are living with us in our house, especially most of us Africans who are in diaspora. I want us to know that there is always what we call clash of culture, class of culture for people that live their country and travel overseas to go and settle in a different environment, different cultural environment, and that is happening to us now. Yoruba have their own culture, and even at home, if you notice, our culture is evolving, is changing every time. It's changing every time. For instance, now I will just give an example. That is why I don't want us to be, too harsh in blaming everything on this our children. If you notice, several years back, when we who are 50 and above are growing up, you notice that almost everybody around you back in your country, they have tribal marks. But even among some of us who are 50s, we can see some of us who have tribal marks. But as I'm talking today, you can hardly see any of our children having tribal marks. We don't do it no more. Why? Why do we stop? That is part of our culture that we are losing. Now, even some of the children up here who came from Nigeria doesn't even know which tribal mask belongs to where. Even some of us who are 50s and above might not even know which tribal marks belong to certain part of Nigeria where we came from, or from Cameroon or whatever. But we are losing our cultures gradually. Each generation wants to blame the generation that is before them for for being responsible for not transferring the cultural heritage to their generation. But that is not so. I don't want us to see it that way. I want us to see it as our culture, as our culture evolving and emerging. And the class of culture is what is causing it. Now, back home, when a child lives with their parents, now I'm going to the topic we are discussing today. Am I still on here?
Yes.
Okay. Back home, when children live in the house with their parents, it is the responsibility of the parents, you know, to teach them and apportion duties, house chores to all the children in the house. When they wake up in the morning, those that will sweep will know where they are supposed to sweep. Those that will fetch water, will clean and wash places in the kitchen, they know this is what they're supposed to do. And they go to school, they come back. When they come back, they know what to do. The parents prepare the meal. If they are grown enough to know how to prepare the meal, the parents is the parents' responsibility to teach them how to prepare meals, at least certain important meals, popular meals that we eat. So if the parents didn't teach them, how would they do it? That's what I'm saying. So it is in this life is like a computer, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in is what you will receive. If you don't teach them to do it, then you're not going to receive it. If you don't teach them how to prepare the meals, and you are used to taking them out to eat outside, they won't know how to do it. That is one thing. And another thing is that, you know, most of the time, house costs, you know, where we came from is always left for the ladies, even though the men do assist in do certain things like washing plates, sweeping the floor, which anybody can do. But when it comes to, you know, preparing meals, you know, men are lazy. Hardly can you find a lot of men, even from home, who knows how to prepare good meals. I can prepare food, but when my children are young, if I say I want to prepare food, they'll say, "Hey, Daddy, don't do it, leave me for mommy," because it might not taste as sweet, you know, as mommy still will be. But I can do it, but they won't want me to do it, so I quit doing it. But so you know what I'm saying. So everybody has own responsibility, and it's the responsibility of the parents to teach them what they should do. So when you teach them, then they'll be able to do it. But if you don't teach them, they won't be able to do it. That's one thing. Another thing is that when a child lives with the parents in the same house, as long as he's with that parent, our culture demands that the parent should be responsible to take care of them until the child is I'm talking about financially and other way, until the child is able to fend for himself or has his own home or apartment where he's going to stay. Now I will be specific about that. If the child is in school, the case in which I just explained applies. But if the child is working and making money, he has to be responsible. He has to be responsible doing something. And now I believe the best way to make them responsible is for parents to channel. Is for the parent to be able to decide what they are going to be responsible for. Like now, if the parent feel okay, he's grown enough to go and have his own apartment, then the parent can assist him to get his own house and send him out. Then if the parent feels he's not old or mature enough to be able to stay on his own, then the parent will give him, okay, since we are living together, you have to be responsible for this and this and this in this house. You have to be paying the BG bill, water bill, and whatever, and the telephone or insurance bill, and take care of the rest. The food we are eating and everything in this house. You have to make them responsible. If you don't make them responsible, then it's not the fault of the children. It's not the fault of the children. So every parent should stand up to responsibility in transferring their culture and making this child responsible for what they are supposed to do. They don't know. They are growing with their friends in school and they see the culture of the environment they find themselves. They want to do like them. But it is you now that will make them to know that look, our culture is different from that. This is how we run this house. This is how I've trained you, and that is how you will live. And when they leave you, they will stay that way. So that is just my little contribution about about this very issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Akonji. We appreciate you. You are always coming on our platform with vital and good stuff. Thank you. Oju Oditini, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Please, as you are joining, if you have not liked this show, please like. If you have not loved it, please love. If you have not shared to sub just one person, please share. Please. Yes, you all hear what Mr. Akonji is saying. And I'm very sure everybody understood and hear what he was saying. You see, when it comes to responsibility have to be taught to these our children. And not even to all our children. In everything in life. When you get a job, when you are employed in a place, they tell you what your responsibilities are. When we go to anywhere, they tell you what your responsibilities are. If you don't know, you will read it. Even sometimes you go to a show. You know, I went to a live show yesterday, and when we get there, the first thing they put is that you cannot record. You cannot record. They say no telephone, no recording. So you already know that this is what you cannot do, so it's responsibility. So if you decided to start using your phone to record or to take picture, that means you will face the consequence. And when you face the consequence, that means you didn't do the right thing, which is your responsibility that you're supposed to do when you are in that building where they are doing the live show. So just like our children, like I said initially, before you all joined, you see, our children, African kids that we have in diaspora, they are facing two cultures. The cultures of the diaspora and the culture of their parents. So they find themselves tackling with two cultures. But this is me, personally. I believe responsibility has just one definition. The definition means the same thing. In Nigeria, in Hausa, in anywhere all over the world. Anywhere all over the world, you know, responsibility is responsibility. But how do these children know this responsibility? Pastor Jones is trying to join. I don't know. Okay. Maybe you should call him to call them. Call him. He's trying to join us. I don't know how to. So responsibility means the same thing all over the world. You know, when you wake up, oh, you know how to? Okay, I couldn't find. He said he couldn't find the show. Yeah, he couldn't find the show. Let him call him. So, but anyway, if you have a child and you tell this child in the morning, sit down here. When that child wakes up in the morning, he already know. And like I say, I blame a lot of the parents in diaspora. We didn't teach these children. Some of us start teaching these children when they have already grown. And some of these children see that some of their friends that are American friends, white friends, they have grandmother, they have grandfather. Some of these grandmother and grandfathers, aunties, uncles, they do it for them. It is different in your own case, especially if you are a single dad and you are living with these children, or you are a single mom and you are living with these children. When these children wake up, you say, okay, go. You didn't tell them what to do. You keep doing everything. You jump and go to work. They will not know it. In a nutshell, what I'm saying is, and what Mr. Akonji was trying to say is, we have to teach our children. Even though if you have some children that are all grown, you might be saying to yourself, oh, it's late to train them. It is late. I cannot train them again. It is never too late. It is the rule of the house. They have to take it. If they don't take the rule of the house, that means they are being disrespectful. That means they are not doing their responsibility. You cannot live with your mom, or you live with your dad, or with your parents. You are not helping with doing dishes. You are not helping in vacuuming. You are not helping to cut the grass. Snow is falling. You are not helping to clean the snow. So who is going to do it? Your mom and dad? Is that being love? That is not even love. If you love your mom and dad, when we were growing up in Africa, when we see our mother doing stuff, we all run there to go and help our mother because we don't want our mother to suffer. We love our mother. Sometimes when our mother go to the market, she's coming back. You know, they don't have car. She's coming back with big grocery bag, We will go and meet her and take the bag. We know she's going to cook and all of us is going to eat. But here in diaspora, some of these dumb kids, I'm sorry to use that language, they will look at their parents, just stay like this. And you will be bringing stuff out from the car. So if you don't teach them, they will know. You have to tell them, when I'm coming back and I pull over and I'm bringing stuff from the trunk, you better come and help me. You shouldn't be bringing grocery stuff out from the trunk and your kids are standing. Some of these parents, they say, oh, one homework, they have a lot of homework. Don't you read? You yourself, you went to school. You have a lot of homework. Some people even have homework. They go to school. And when they come back, they will still help their parents to go and sell. They will go and hawk. And they were successful. And they are here now. So we have to teach these kids. If not, these kids are also manipulators. When they grow up and they even know this is what I need to do, some kid will not do it until you tell them to do it. I like American culture in a way. And what did I like in their culture? This is the part I like in their culture. When their children are 18 years old, once that child starts making small money like this, that child starts working, they don't care whether that child is making $100 for 1 month. That child will contribute in that family. If that child gets paid, that child will go to grocery store and buy something. It is left for the parents to say, don't worry. But you see us in diaspora, we Africans, we will pay our children car notes. We will pay their insurance. So we say, yes, I'm helping him or I'm helping her so that when she can save up money to buy house. So we say so that she can save up money. It's not being responsible. I am guilty of that. All of us is guilty of that. But that is not being responsible. That child that was helping, and then you are helping them financially. Some children will still not do nothing. Some parents still pay people to come and clean grass, to come and clean snow, and they have a 21 years old living in their house. So what is this 21 years old doing? I've been in a family before, and the mother was cooking. Oh, the mother was cooking in the kitchen, and the parents, the kids, all lying on the floor doing homework. Some have already finished. They were watching TV. None of them was helping this woman. And I went into the kitchen. I said, you know, and none of the children was helping. And she was cutting. I told her, bring some stuff. We start cooking. I didn't say nothing until we finish. After we finish, she put the food. Everybody keep their phone. They all came and come and start eating. And after we left, and we were going out, I told her, I said, I learned something. Oh, no, we are still here, oh, Pastor Jones. So, anyway, so I told her, I said, look, I used to be like you before. I said, but I watched a show. The show I watched was Alakija. I think they said she's the richest African female. She have only boys. And they were asking her, her boys they live in the UK. And they asked her a question. She said when she have those 5 children or 4 children, they are only boys. She said when she took them to the UK to go and do school, and she realized that she cannot afford to have all this maid, the one that will be cooking, doing everything. She was only the one in the kitchen, and she doesn't have a female child. She said to herself, no, it cannot be like this. When we are cooking, everybody will be cooking. When we are cleaning, everybody will be cleaning. It don't matter whether you are a boy or a girl. God didn't give her a boy, a girl. So she said to herself, I will live with what God gave me. And she was living with that, and she was making use of her children. So when she said that, I said to myself, I said, if this woman is rich, she can even afford to get a maid in the UK. What about me that I'm a broker? What about me? So why would I train my children? So when my children was coming up and I'm cooking, you will be cutting onions. You will be cutting this. You will be cutting that. Hello? Yes, you couldn't get in? Okay. All right. Do you want me to put you on the speaker? All right. All right, this is Pastor Jones. Pastor Jones couldn't get in, but I'll put him on the speaker so that he can tell us the little stuff he have in regards to this topic. All right, Pastor Jones.
Well, first of all, I want to say good evening to everyone, and such an awesome day that God has granted us, and I'm grateful to God for having the opportunity to share with you guys. It's been difficult trying to get on, but that's no fault of yours. I take all of the responsibility, so please forgive me for my tardiness. But really quickly, I just wanted to, I know we have 21 and under. The Bible teaches us to be courageous, be strong and courageous in the Lord. And why does the Bible teach us that? Because at 21 years old, with the weight of the world oftentimes feeling like it's resting firmly on your shoulders, we have to understand and realize that we can be strong in Christ. We can be strong in the Lord. It won't be easy. It won't be, things won't always be, go our way. But one thing we do know is that if we can be strong and courageous in the Lord, then we can make it. The Bible also teaches us in the book of Psalms 66, where the Bible says, "For you, O God, have tested us. You have refined us as silver is refined. You brought us into the net, but in the end, you brought us into a wealthy place." Many of you guys are under the age of 21, young men under the age of 21 trying to find your way. Understand that life is filled with a bunch of tests and a bunch of trials and tribulations. But our job is to understand that we can't get through the tests, we can get through the trials, and we can't get through the tribulations no matter what. Long as we keep our hands stayed on God and do what we're supposed to do as men living at home. I think sometimes we get down on ourselves thinking that we're supposed to be doing a million and one other things. I myself have a 22-year-old daughter, and she just graduated college, but she's still home. And one thing we know for certain, two things for sure: once life starts, then life really starts. So take the time that you're home to focus on being a better person, being a better man, understanding who you are in Christ, understanding who you are, be a help to your parents or whomever you're living with and not a hindrance. And while you have the opportunity, try to figure out how you can better yourself, make yourself great in Christ Jesus. Amen?
Amen.
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 If anyone have any questions, I'll be more than glad to field any questions that you might have for me. But just be encouraged. Don't let the vicissitudes or the trials and tribulations of life keep you from being encouraged. Understand and know that you're right where you're supposed to be. Don't fall apart or get upset or angry that you're still home. Just be grateful to God that you're still alive. Amen.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Jones. If anybody have any question, I know we are running out of time. We have more than 1 hour. But if anybody have any question and they ask, I will be glad to ask Pastor Jones, and I can bring it here next week. Thank you for trying to join us, and thank you for joining us. I know you did your best.
Have a wonderful day in the Lord.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that is what Pastor Jones says. So even biblically, you know, Pastor Jones even said it biblically, there is something in Psalms that we all can check out later. So we have to teach our children responsibility. You know, we have to tell them what to do. We have to show them, African parents, mostly, especially, you know, education is good, but education without these other spices and other things is useless. You know, we have to teach them. Don't be a parent living with a child. You are not teaching your son what responsibility is. And what is this responsibility? How to help mom, how to help dad, how to do things in the house without nobody telling you. You know, how to, you teach them responsibility, right? That, okay, do your own work, don't fail. Like in my house, you cannot bring a B and I will thank you. If you get a B in my house, people know me. So if I'm lying, I will not say it on the social media. If my children bring a B, I am not happy. I tell them point blank that you have tried, but there is somebody in that class that gets a A. And that person don't have 2 heads. So why can't you get A? I know know, some will say they still pass. Yes, they still pass. But just that person that gets A pass. So you teach them responsibility to read, to go to school, to do their homework, and to do well. Teach them responsibilities about other things in life, to help with choices, to be responsible. You tell them, don't hang around with bad kids, right? Because you don't want them to be involved in shooting. So why not teach them other things? And the things you are teaching them is going to be useful for them also when they move away from your house. The little things that we learn from our parents back home is what we are using to survive today in diaspora. Some of us, the sufferness and the training that we get from our parents, that is why we are strong today. Kudos to all the single parents. The single parents, whether you are single mother or single father, it is that training that you learn that sustains you to continue going. You will have been a lazy single mom or a lazy single dad. But because of that training that your parents gave you there, that is why you continue. And even people who are not single, that they are married, it is still that training that you get while you are in Nigeria or in Africa with your parents that you are still enjoying today. So why not let us know that not only school, African parents, do your homework, go to school, other things are also important. A 21 years old cannot live with you and not helping you in any way, shape, or form. They are not taxing them to bring money. Most of these 21 years old are still in college. They are still going to school. But you can help with your sense. You can help with your body. You can do certain things. And then some parents think that, okay, females don't have to know how to cook. You are doing bad. If your daughter is 21 years, not even 21, a 15 years old, my daughter was 14 years old when she was frying egg and doing everything. You have to teach them those basic things. Bring them in the kitchen. They know how to eat. So they should know how to cook. They should know how to help you. It's not going to kill them. Because they are tall and handsome, or because they are pretty and educated. They have doctorate degree, have this degree. It doesn't matter. Everything works hands in hands. If you are a bad husband, you don't know what to do, that your education is trash. If you are a bad wife, all your education is trash. So all these have to go hand in hand. So I'm not going to keep talking. If you have any question or you have anything to contribute, us in diaspora, we leave our children. They will save their money. They will come in the night or come in anytime. Some kids will go to the basement, close the door of the basement. They don't help in any way, shape, or form. Some will come, close their door. They don't help in any way, shape, or form. So are you being the slave? Are you being a good mother? And if you are a Christian, if you even look at it religiously, it is wrong because you are not teaching them. It is different when you teach them and they refuse to do it. It is different. When they refuse to do it, that means they are being disobedient. They are disobeying you. Then you have to face that as a disobedient child. But let's teach these children. Let's teach them the right way. Some parents, pay. Stop paying for some of these children. Certain things we don't have to pay for them. They have money to pay for their phone. They buy sneakers. They go out, they go on vacation. Let them contribute in the house. After they contribute, by them knowing, you can even return it to them because they have sense. You can tell them, Daddy just wants to help you. Keep your money. But anyway, I say thank you, everybody. That is my own take. I think the parents have most of the blame. We do not teach these children. Keep up the good work, ma. Thank you, Eshewungoni. My lovely sister, thank you. When we are talking about children, my sister will always come up. Thank you. She said, I blame the parents. Kids will know what they are expected to do if you don't tell them. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, everybody, Mr. Akonji, everybody, the unique. I acknowledge every one of you. Thank you. Please love this